Okay, I believe that we are now live. So the February 3rd day-long online teach-in to defend the liberal arts at the University of Vermont will feature a class taught by Professor Sarah Osten, Not Just Narcos, Why We Need Latin American Studies. And I'm Nancy Welch. I am part of UVM United Against the Cuts. And I'm pleased that Professor Osten can join us today to tell us a little bit about the class. So welcome, Sarah.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
So my objective here is to really get people thinking about the value of area studies through the lens of Latin America, because of course, it's not just Latin American studies that's being cut in the College of Arts and Sciences, it's most area studies programs. I think there is a sense that area studies is something very associated with the mid 20th century in some cases, that it is not part of our sort of new globalized way of studying social and cultural phenomena. But for me, I think the value of area studies is that it really provides students with an opportunity to study global phenomena as they manifest in a particular place that's not necessarily familiar to them. I'm a historian, but both my BA and my MA are in Latin American studies, so I'm very biased on this topic. But I think particularly at the undergraduate level, I want my students to be able to take my classes and get excited about politics and then go take a related class in political science, or get excited about linguistic change over time in the colonial era and go take a linguistics or a language class, or get excited about immigration and refugees and asylum seeking and go take a class in geography or sociology. Or get excited about archaeology or something cultural in my class and go take a class in anthropology, and really well acquaint themselves with a region from multiple disciplinary points of view.
I really like the emphasis on get excited about, exactly what our curriculum is supposed to be doing. So since you've been at UVM, I wondered if you could tell us a little more about how the Latin American and Caribbean Studies program has evolved. What are some of the features of the campus and student experience that will be lost if the proposed cuts, which include this program, are permitted to go through?
Well, the cut to area studies is a really interesting and I would say perplexing one, because it actually comes with no cost savings whatsoever. As the defenders of this cut would tell you, well, students can still take those classes, right? They can still take history classes with me. They can still take political science and anthropology classes on Latin America. They can still take Spanish language classes. The point is, however, they can't get credit for a major for doing all of those things, right? They would have to be a history major where some of those classes are about Latin America, and then maybe electives on Latin America and other programs. So we would really be eliminating the ability of students, again, to really profoundly study a particular region and get credit for that as their main program of study, as opposed to a disciplinary focus and then a bunch of classes about a related topic in different programs that might count for distribution requirements, but wouldn't count as a major. And particularly when we're talking about no associated cost savings, to me, it makes absolutely no sense to eliminate that as a possible field of study for students.
So thank you very much for giving us this preview of the class you'll be teaching, and especially this important critical defense of area studies, including Latin American studies. Next week's teach-in will be live streamed on this YouTube channel next Wednesday, February 3rd from 9 to 5 p.m. Professor Osten's class is at 11:30. And also throughout the day, there will be lots of ways to find out how you can plug in and get involved in this struggle to stop and reverse these damaging cuts to education at UVM. So thank you again, Sarah, for being with us.
See you next week.
All right.